Ladies and gentlemen, heroes of all ages, welcome back to the Heart of the Storm. This is episode number 23 of HotSCast, recorded 10 p.m. on the right coast, 10th September 2014. HotSCast is the Heroes of the Storm podcast for the people, the players, the heroes, often off topic and always rail free. I'm your host, Vincent, aka Rillandoon. With me, as always, are my intrepid co-hosts. First up, we have Kaylee, aka Holy Crap, Azir the Sand Mage looks redonk, aka Nerdy Char.
That's awesome. Yes, he does. He does.
Yes, he does. He looks absolutely redonk.
Okay, ladies and gents. So I've decided that I'm going to give a random video game quote each show instead of a punny quip. So, the first one's going to be easy.
Will be, it's a me, Mario.
No, that would be too easy.
It's a me.
It's a me.
The first one is going to be easy, but not that easy. And the first person to tweet me the right answer without cheating, no Google cheating, you get like total mad props.
Crahan might get it because Crahan's in the chat.
Crahan might get it. Okay.
He's getting a drink.
The first
He's the only one
quote
here.
is nuclear launch detected. Shh, don't say it.
You're gonna say
Don't
it like
say
with
anything.
the accent or
No.
close at all.
No,
like
because
it's just
that's
like
too
straight.
easy.
It's just flat. It's like anyway. I'm not gonna say it. I won't do it.
They can figure it
So
out.
they have to say specifically who said it.
Oh no, you can't do that.
No, I'd say which video game.
Oh,
Let's say which video game.
all right.
Video game is fine.
All right, very good. All right, next up we have Mike, aka We Are Guardians, aka Finless.
We are
are
Guardians. I'm a warlock.
as of yesterday, as of September 9th, we are Guardians.
As of September 9th. 9. You know what? Yesterday was too. It was the 15th anniversary of the Dreamcast.
No way.
99.99.
9. That's
Picked it up
right.
99.99 for
cool.
Dreamcast. Yeah,
90.
so it was the 15th anniversary of the Dreamcast yesterday. I still have my Dreamcast. It's over there. I see it
Heck yeah,
Sitting
I sold mine too.
underneath a big pile, of stuff over there with my original Xbox. So I normally do a quote like a movie quote, but in honor of the release of Destiny, which is what we were talking about, I have a different one. And my quote today, it's kind of on the line of nerdies in some respects, but my quote is, well, you've been dead a long time, so you're going to see a lot of things you won't understand. It just doesn't, I don't know. It's one of those, that's from the beginning of Destiny. It's pretty funny, but
That's right.
yeah,
It's the ghost.
I like it. It's the ghost.
It's your ghost.
It's my
our
ghost. Yes, it's my ghost.
Yes, it's my ghost.
Were we going to say what we've been playing this week, or was it just stuff we were putting on the...
No, certainly say what you've been playing this
we
week.
used to talk about it, so I always put it
Yeah,
on
I don't
there.
know. Yeah, I don't know. I played a lot of Heroes the last couple weeks. I don't know if I made it to 40 as of the last episode, but I now am level 40 finally. Playing a lot of everything. Having a great time. And until last night, of course, when we were playing Destiny. And I have it for both the 360, which I bought because I want to play with you because you have the 360, and then I had picked up a PS4 after I had pre-ordered the 360, and then decided to just splurge and pick up the version for the PS4 also. But I was streaming earlier the PS4 version because you can do it directly from the PS4 to Twitch.
Yeah,
which is pretty awesome.
I'd really like to get a capture card for my 360.
Yeah.
The HDMI capture.
So. You can't you want to just set up your phone and broadcast it.
I have thought. I'm not lying.
Get a phone tripod. Do they have those? Yeah. I'm sure they do.
Well, Shauna, my wife, is a photographer.
What about a webcam? Don't you have a webcam? You can just like the thing you have on this.
But I thought it actually
pointed to
her, she's got a really nice Canon. DSLR. So maybe setting that up on her tripod.
Cannonballs at the.
Well, the only problem is if I set it up looking straight on, I can no longer see the screen.
Well,
if the camera's straight on, I have to sit off.
You can sit sideways. Yeah.
I can't. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
Or put it so that you sit right and then it's behind you. looking over your head.
Looking at my
looking
my
at the back,
sheet.
the bald head, yes, and
Bald
and
sheet.
blinding everybody, yes.
I got a little
just like
Jean-Luc
me.
Picard thing going
Look, I've
on.
got the blinding. Look, the blinding is happening right here.
Yes. No. I'm not blinding. You know, I got the
I'm
little
blinding.
stubble. I got the Jason Statham thing going on.
Should I shave
I
my head to
shaved
match
today.
you guys?
You should.
Yes,
You think?
you should.
No.
For BlizzCon.
No.
You
should all
should.
go as mini me. All of
Yes,
us.
that'll be. Speaking of cosplay, I don't know if either of you listened to the morning stream, but Scott Johnson was talking about not Seattle, Salt Lake Comic-Con that was just last weekend, or this weekend. Yeah, this weekend passed.
This past.
And there was an announcement over the loudspeaker. Attention all convention goers. We have an emergency and we need a accredited and practicing dentist to come to such and such immediately. We need an accredited and practicing dentist.
Huh.
And he's like, what the heck? What do you need a dentist for? Well, somebody in their cosplay costume tripped over kind of their own costume and went face first onto the concrete and
Ooh.
yeah.
Destroyed their face.
Just that whole like shattering
You need to
teeth
wear
thing.
one of the
Oof.
Oh,
things
jeez.
while you're-
Oof, that just gives me the willies. There's just something
Willies.
broken teeth and bleh.
Yes.
Forget it.
Always make sure you can move well in your costume,
Yes.
Pro tips.
and you won't trip. Yes.
Pro tips.
And don't make anything you're going to be too uncomfortable in, because you're going to be in it for a long time.
Right. Nor make anything super hot and then try to go to Dragon Con, because Dragon Con's in Atlanta, which is basically
Personally, I think it's called Dragon Con because it's like dragon breathed fire all over the convention all the time, constantly.
I think you mean Hot Lana.
Hot Atlanta. Say it's
It is.
a little, yeah, okay. Dragon Fire, that's actually a little bit more eloquent than what I was going with. I was going
Dragon
with
Fire
some
Con.
kind of an analogy to Satan's boxers and, you know.
But then it would
some-
be Satan Boxer Con, and it's not.
Nah, that's true.
No.
That would be in Las
That's
Vegas.
the one here. Yeah, Vegas. Satan Boxer Con. It's in the desert. It's like Burning
All
Man.
right. We got lots to talk about, so let's
Yes,
get
yeah.
into the news.
And none of this is it.
And none of this is- BlizzCon tickets have begun being emailed. It is happening. BlizzCon is coming. They're starting to shoot out the emails with the barcoded tickets.
I need a song. BlizzCon is coming.
Yep.
Goose
And we'll all
Goose.
be there, so make sure to look for us. And,
We will.
Yeah.
I will be dressed as Countess
Come to the
Carrie.
party.
Woo. Yep. Come to TNB party Friday
I
night.
will be dressed as Bald Finless.
Yes, and I'll be dressed as Bald Rill. So,
You guys are boring.
bald and bearded.
If I can, hey, if you want to get me a green mohawk wig, I will wear it.
Dude, no, you know what my
If anybody
cosplay
gets
is?
me a
It's-
green mohawk wig, I will wear it.
I'm cosplaying
it's not too
as
uncomfortable.
slightly overweight nerd Jason Statham.
There you go.
That's my cosplay.
Without a lot, and under muscled.
And under muscled, overweight,
Oh,
nerdy
Lord.
Jason Statham. And I'm like a foot taller than him too, but that's okay.
Yes, but everybody
He's
has to
very
come to
short.
our party on Friday night.
Jason Statham does?
Yes, the
Okay.
overweight,
Overweight,
muscled
under-muscled Jason Statham.
will be there, so you have to meet him.
He will be.
And Countess Kerrigan will be there after
And
the
Captain Scary.
costume contest.
All right. Our free hero rotation currently for the week of Tuesday, September 9th is Arthas, Diablo, Kerrigan, Tyrande, who I've been playing a lot of, actually. I started really digging on Tyrande. I like her style. I like the changes they've made. Nova, who Kaylee has purchased and is currently melting face with. Lily, available at level 8. No, it's not. Where now?
it's not.
Is it notes?
It's
That's
now
straight. That is straight from
12 and
Blizzard's
15.
page.
Yeah.
12 and 15.
12 and 15.
Tell
Okay.
Blizzard to quit posting wrong info.
Yeah, they changed it.
It's
So
now
Lily
12
is
and
now
15.
12.
They just changed it today.
They just changed it, yeah. And Abathur is available at level 15. So you must be level 12 to play Lily as a free character, and Abathur must be level 15. So, going into the patch, there was a gigantic patch. Now, we have all experienced a little bit of issues downloading the patch, and we're not the only ones. So Heroes has been given the streaming patching feature like we see in WoW, and Diablo gets that as well, I believe, but I don't
Everybody.
know if StarCraft does.
I think it does. I don't know.
I
Does
think
it?
it does. I think they all
Or can do partially, and then it finishes up.
Yeah,
while
where
you're
it can
playing
goes.
if you
Yeah, it
want.
gives you your non-playable, playable, optimal. It gives you those options. So basically, mine just completely hung up with like 2% left to go, basically. And apparently, Mike was saying that you could pause it and unpause it, and it would clear it up.
It actually says it in the BattleNet thing. If you look,
does
one
it?
of the boxes,
One of the flags
it says
over
if you're
there?
having a problem, pause it and restart it, and it will do it. I had to do it twice to get it finished, but it's finished.
So if you're having issues patching, just do that. Hit the pause and unpause, and it might refresh. Included in the patch notes, there is now a 64-bit client. Though at the moment, Blizzard has warned, and this is in the patch notes, that it may not be fully functional. So you may, at the moment, want to continue using the 32-bit client, even if you have 64-bit operating systems.
Unless you have been getting the out-of-memory errors.
Unless you have been getting the out-of-memory errors. Which I have not. Have you? I'm
haven't
running
either. No.
I haven't gotten an out-of-memory error once. Kaylee, did you get it all?
No, I haven't gotten that error either. I was a little surprised when I read those notes, but
I've never heard of it.
And I haven't heard anybody say anything about it either.
I mean, it's probably really old computers, because I mean, my computer is 16 gigs, which is overkill. So,
but you won't. But with the 32-bit client, you'll only be able to use like 2 gig maximum.
Yeah, or 2.
Really.
Yeah,
well,
2
with
gigs.
Windows, it only gives you 2 gig to use it for user stuff. So, give or take.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Right.
So, yeah. But I have never seen any issues with out-of-memory errors. At all. So, but if you have, use a 64-bit client. Let us know if you'd use it. I may try it out. I mean, we are an alpha after all. That's the whole point.
Exactly. Try it out. Yeah, certainly. Detecting.
You may as well let it crash your computer.
Right. Yeah. Send the crash report. Ink Gamer says an article with step-by-step instructions on how to use it. Link to it in the show notes over at HotSCast.com, so make sure to check that out. Thank you, Kaylee, for the amazing show notes. As always, you are a lifesaver. We have an article to cover up first. Will be our first big news topic, and then we will finish up with more from the huge patch that went out just literally hours ago. And most importantly, Chen's Storm Stout has arrived.
Woohoo!
The Fat Pandaren is here. And Mike has a lifesaver.
He's calling me a lifesaver.
Oh, you're a lifesaver.
You're a lifesaver.
That is a rim shot right there. And not.
I could play it, but I don't have it on.
So, first up, our friends over at Heroes Nexus put together an article about some key points from the PAX Prime 2014 interviews with Dustin Rock Browder. What is that, Rock Browder? What is that from?
Yeah, Rock is, I don't know. I guess they
His
call it
nickname,
Rock.
I guess.
Is it?
Nickname.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Somebody called him
Dustin
that.
Browder.
I don't know if that's actually
He
his
is a
nickname
rock
or someone
star.
just started calling him Rock.
Like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
You know, like,
Dustin The Rock
He's
Browder.
is he The Rock? Yeah,
don't
I know
know.
The Rock sounds better than Rock.
Yeah. No.
Rock sounds like
no,
Rock
I hate
Hudson.
the. Hero needs to drop the.
You just drop the Dustin. You just be Rock Browder.
The
Rock Browder.
doctor. Yes. Anyway,
The
game
Rock.
director and Phil Gonzalez, senior artist, whose art is amazing, by the way. 5 key areas were talked about. The first was regarding the playable heroes. When asked about Lost Vikings, Browder said to stay tuned.
Oh my god, Lost
Air
Vikings!
quotes.
Nostalgia! I'm so
Nostalgia
excited.
bomb right
Stay
there.
tuned.
Talk about 90s throwback and like Blizzard's origins right there. I'm so glad they were adding that, because I was kind of afraid they weren't going to, but
Have you played it in the arcade in StarCraft 2?
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool. That is super cool. I love how they do that. They don't know how many heroes they want to add to the game, but all the Blizzard lore certainly won't let them run out of ideas. Did I miss something there? The bracket?
No,
No,
that's
that's
a journalism thing.
Yeah.
That means that I corrected a typo in the original article.
Okay, I'm looking. I'm like, I know what that means, and I can't think what that means, and I know
That's
what that
not
means.
quote. That's not a quote or
Yes.
the
Thank you.
specifics.
So you
Bad
you,
grammar.
you corrected grammar.
She fixed
there.
the grammar.
Yeah. Yes.
I forget. I'm looking. I'm like, I know what that means. It's been like 10 years since I've seen that, but what does that mean? Thank you. A good stopping
you're
point
sick.
would. What's that? Sick. Yes. A
Means
good
you're sick.
stopping point would be when they are repeating heroes too much. Heroes should all be unique.
Yep.
Yes.
I agree. The heroes should be unique, but the thing Blizzard needs to remember is that some game mechanics are going to repeat no matter what they do. Like in League of Legends, there's a lot of champs who have similar mechanic types, but they're still very unique. So
Sure.
I think, they're not going to have a problem with that.
Certainly.
Yeah, I mean, you can always change things like this, for this guy, he does the same type of Q as this one, but the, amount of damage over time it does when after it hits is a little more or a little less, or they do a lot less damage with their Q but more with their W, but it's the same type of, so I think they can move it around and change their kit based on the hero and have them be a little different. Plus, some people may want to play this one or may want to play that one even if their abilities are the same, just because they like Chen instead of a different panda.
I mean, look at Tychus and Raynor. I mean, they're so similar in lore, in game. They're coming from the same game, but they feel completely different in game.
It's a very good comparison.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No plans for Deathwing as a playable hero. He's too big. Maybe a boss on a map instead. And they've talked about that before.
I don't know, because you could actually have Deathwing in his in an elf form. Oh, just drop something. It's okay. You could do it where it's almost like his elf form, and then his abilities show some kind of like a dragon-y thing where it's not really you're the dragon, but you're his.
He wasn't an elf.
He had a human form, but he could also be an elf. He has an elf too. They can change into whatever. But yes.
When was he ever an elf? He was a human with the goofy jaw.
He could, yeah. Well, he was one of the Lord whatever Voldemort.
Bumbleshots.
Yeah, whatever his name was.
Lord
Doofenshmirtz. Doofenshmirtz. That's exactly his name. Lord Egg, Dr. Egg. So the Doofenshmirtz is from whatever it's called.
Doofenshmirtz
yes, exactly. Nah. So they could do something with him, I think, but I understand the whole hero nature makes everything into a hero. Heroes of the storm.
Do a hero in the Nexus.
You sound more like Grover than you do than the guy.
What are you doing here?
You sound more like Grover than Doofenshmirtz. It's Grover Schmertz. It's a Grovernator. Everyone sounds like Grover. Makes everybody sounds like Grover. No, I don't know. I understand why they don't do Deathwing.
Well, a forum poster made a good point. I think I'm saying his name right, Restarone. I don't know.
I'd say so.
He asked, can't you put Deathwing in human form with dragon form as his ultimate? I think that's kind of a cool idea.
That is a cool idea.
Well, you can almost make it like Arthas's ultimate, right, where, Syndragosa runs across the screen.
But look at Nocturne in League.
Mm-hmm.
Nocturne is significantly bigger than most of the heroes, but it doesn't feel out of place.
That's true.
And what's his name? In Dota 2, the one that what's his futz? The dragon, the big dragon that what's his futz was playing in.
Bat Rider's big too.
No, not Bat Rider. Oh, it's gonna kill me. What is his name?
Yes.
Neely.
I don't know.
Frickin, Frackin, Crackin.
That's not his name.
No, in free to play. The kid that was featured very heavily in free to play. They're the Belgian team, the Swedish team. They won the international.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's gonna.
Not the Dragon Knight.
No, it's a dragon. It's an actual dragon. What is his name? Fendi. I think his name's Fendi. Yeah,
sure.
Frackin, Crackin. Show title. That actually, that's not.
I like it.
You know what? Crahan gets to decide. Is that our show title? You get to choose. Anyway, but I think they can pull it off. Let's see. Next bullet point we've got here. Not all heroes are the same. It's okay if some heroes have mount not. I agree entirely. Brightwing works perfectly. No mount. Rhaegar doesn't technically have a mount. You switch into wolf form, which I love how that works, by the way. The instant shift.
Sergeant Hammer doesn't have a mount.
Sergeant Hammer is a mount, basically.
Zagar doesn't have a mount.
Yeah. In fact, I think we should be able to... Never mind, that was going to sound dirty. I was going to say we should be able to mount her, but that's not what I meant.
No.
Like you should be able to ride on the tank, like on the top, like grab a turret and
right into just
like
hold
a 50
on.
cal.
Have it pull you along.
Yes. Have like a wakeboard off the back of the
There
tank.
you go.
That'd be good.
I want a garbage truck hero. Just.
Chen has been tuned so that he is to drink his keg in the middle of. He has to drink his keg in the middle of a battle. That makes sense.
So he's Gragas.
He is
basically.
Gragas. That's basically yes. Chen's ultimate may not be final. It currently splits him into 3 separate Chens. It's been designed to give him a lot more survivability. That's interesting.
Survivability?
That'd be interesting. Yeah, you don't really see. I guess there really isn't any kind of. I mean, aside from Nova's clone, there really isn't any like mirror image spells in the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Just Nova's clone.
Yeah. Right now he's got Storm, Earth, Fire, which splits into 3 spirits and gain new abilities, and he also has Wandering Keg, which jumps in his barrel and knocks enemies around, dealing damage.
That's interesting.
Wandering Keg like flies around.
It'll just fly around.
Rolls around and hitting things. Yeah.
Well, I wonder if they'll add Jaina Proudmoore as a character since they have Arthas in the game, and then maybe she'd have mirror images because she's a mage.
Right.
Yep.
That'd be interesting.
And the thing you were talking about with the brew, the way his trait works is he hits D, and like Gragas, he drinks, and that actually powers his abilities.
Right.
So he doesn't. I don't think he uses
He's
mana.
beer fueled.
He powers his abilities by drinking brew.
Yes, he's beer fueled.
Yes.
Yes. Like most American sports fans, he's beer fueled.
Yes.
Yes. Beer fueled raging. Anubarak is a tank hero. That makes sense. With a lot more maneuverability. That also makes sense. He also has a line of spikes which stuns enemies. That's very cool.
That is cool.
Like
that is very. He excels at being in the enemy DPS area and keeping them away. That's pretty cool. I like how they're gonna play off that.
So he's gonna be part of the body blocking.
Yeah, that'll be fun to play with. Actually, like you can actually just use Anubarak himself versus it's not like a mash your abilities hero. You could play him a little bit more technically in where you're maneuvering and how you're positioning. I like that. I like heroes that have that aspect to them. So that should be fun. Last on the bullet points here, we have that we should see a patch containing. Oh yeah, this was we put this in the notes. But yeah, it's actually right now.
Today
it's
there
up.
was a patch.
So yes, the patch went up. We've got Chen, no Anubarak, no Asmodon. They'll be coming later. But right now, with Dispatch, we have Chen, and then subsequent will be released every 4 to 6 weeks. So in about a month
for each, yes.
In
Look at
about a
that
month,
Steam.
He looks cool.
yes,
Asmodan looks really cool.
Asmodon.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, he does.
Looks like it'll be fun.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Mike, why don't you talk to us a little bit about game modes and esports?
Okay, so with game modes, so there hasn't been any discussion regarding a free-for-all mode. They say that's new modes are something to be looked at for next year. So when they get through it, because really they're basically saying they have a lot of stuff to do before this thing even goes into like a closed beta. Because someone was saying something about when's the open beta, and they're like, we're got a bunch of new things we're doing to even get to closed beta. Because really, if you think about it, where closed beta should start is when they are basically not feature complete, but generally feature complete. Mostly they've got all the different modes they want to have that are going to go into the launch. They have all these different things. That's where the beta really should come out, because it tends to be a beta means we're testing the stuff that we have, and it has almost everything in there. It's just the little pieces, like some of the audio and some of the graphics may change and whatever, but generally the functionality, all the things are there. So it's going to be a while before that stuff, but the team still needs to get draft mode and ranked mode out there, so they're not really worried about this whole free-for-all, like a deathmatch, single deathmatch. So you definitely need to get that drafted and ranked and get custom games back. If you do custom games, you take out the XP gains, you take out the ability to do any of the quests and stuff in them, then it's not like people are going to constantly do them. They'll do the verses, because that's where you get your XP gains and your gold and everything. Like if custom basically is like completely outside of it, you don't get anything for doing it, then I think that you'd be okay. Now, when they have draft mode and rank mode, maybe they could add it, but I think that still would do the same thing where you wouldn't get the same things for that. It would just change your rank stuff. Yes, you're Batman. So draft mode they did say, which is awesome, that draft mode will allow you to see which map you're playing on so that you can pick the best composition for that map. So you don't have to do like, oh, I don't know which map it's going to be. I hope it's Booty Bay, and I'll pick this guy because Booty Bay is awesome, and now it sucks because you didn't get Booty Bay.
I think it's so funny that we all continue to call it Booty Bay.
Well, I called it Booty Bay forever, too. It's Booty Bay,
Can I just say how flipping glad I am to hear that, because I know we talked about it a bit, and I know a lot of people were giving feedback about that. So thank you, Blizzard, for listening, or if you're planning it all along, whatever. And one thing...
They hear.
Yes.
They do.
One thing people new to MOBAs need to understand about how important this is that you can literally lose a match before it even begins due to counterpicking. So in something like this, where the maps play a big part in what type of group makeup we should have, that's huge that they're going to let us see that before we're picking our champs. So
yeah, you do need it. I mean, obviously with League of Legends, you have one map, so that you play it for that stuff. So you don't really have to worry about, oh, which map are we going to get? But this can be, with all the mechanics and everything, you really need to know that ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yep,
definitely. Definitely. All right. What up? What?
So, I know, let's see. Oh, there's more. I know we're all excited for more information about esports and HOTS. Here's what they had to tell us. So with the esports stuff, sorry, that was the game modes. Esports. I'm busy like doing stuff on my phone. Not bad. Anyway, okay. So the the whole point is the community should be able to do whatever they want with the game. They're going to do all the same things they did with StarCraft. So basically, they're going to have all that stuff where they can customize and do whatever, and have an arcade maybe at some point or whatever. That would be awesome. Waiting for that. Replay system, observer mode, a clean game, art that reads well. So they're going to be able to tell what's going on. They're going to have the replay system there. There's going to be an observer mode, and they're trying to make it very clean. So when you're watching it, you really can understand what's going on. Right? It's not something where you're like, oh, I don't understand what he's doing. What is that happening right there? So it would be really good for casting, because you can come back later and cast a pre-saved replay and really get a good, understanding what's going on without having to kind of have been there while it's happening. So that's good. And also, of course, things that are good for esports are also good for the game. So anything they put in there that's going to help esports is going to be good for the rest of the game too. It just makes a good game. So That's great.
That is such an important point. I know, like, some of the more casual, I know Will hates that word, gamers think that that's a bad thing, but I promise you it's not. When they're worried about making the game good, everyone benefits. Everyone. Yeah. So
it's balance. I mean, a lot of the esports stuff that there really would change the rest of the game would be balance, and it's all based on balance. And the cool thing is, like, a lot of times in WoW, we have this thing like, oh, they're changing stuff in PvE because PvP, because people can do this stuff in PvP, and they would change PvE. Well, this is all PvP, so right. There is no... just because, they're making this change for ranked. No, it's all the same. We're taking half a second off this, or we're increasing that. It's all based on balance and having more fun in the game, period. So that'll be cool. And then they said if esports takes off, the dev team will be watching and will help improve things where they can. So just like we can tell with League, they're going to be watching these. I mean, you watch the League stuff when they're watching those things, and like the next day they're like, oh, we're gonna nerf this, or it's like, we turned off this hero because he's really broken. They'll be doing that stuff, so that's pretty cool.
Actually, and excited. We don't have time to talk about the article this time, but next show we will. I found an article about Here's the Storm getting its first official league, so it has begun.
Yes, it has. And actually, if you are interested in esports stuff, and we don't really talk about it much here yet, listen to the Nexus now has an esports episodes. They're an esports cast, so it's the Nexus Esports
the specific
that they do on Sundays.
Yeah,
that they just talk about esports, and they're talking about this new league and all this stuff. And I think Adam's doing stats for it for the league, like for real. So that's pretty cool. So check them out if you're interested in that stuff. They're going to go way more into depth about the teams and the matches and stuff. So
right. It's probably a good chance that those listening to the podcast are going to hear Mitch Dyer from IGN pop up there for a second. I was looking up this article because I wanted to get the exact quote. Did either of you hear the thing from ESPN President John Skipper and his incredible douchebaggery statement that he made?
No, I
didn't. It's a real short article, so I'll just read it real quick. This is on IGN. ESPN President John Skipper doesn't consider esports as a sport. He mentioned during the Code Media Series New York conference on Thursday, categorizing it as a competition along with strategy board games. His quote, "It's not a sport, it's a competition. Chess is a competition. Checkers is a competition." Skipper said when prompted for his opinion about Amazon's impending $1 billion buyout of live streaming service Twitch. "Mostly, I'm interested in doing real sports." Here's the thing.
Well, then you know what? As far as I'm concerned, then golf isn't a real sport either.
Well,
right.
ESPN broadcasts the
You're
World
going to tell me
Series of
that
poker.
this stuff isn't. Yes, poker's not a sport either. Then
poker is not a sport. If you want to,
if you want to say
esports isn't a sport, it's a competition. Poker is a competition. Poker is a bunch of fat a-holes sitting around a table wearing sunglasses and looking like idiots.
And hoping that the things in their hand are better than the
right. That's not a sport. No. I don't know why people
fishing.
even bother watching that crap.
Tell me fishing. Why is fishing a sport?
I would have respected
my wife says
his
all the time.
opinion.
I like fishing, but
5-10 years ago, but colleges are giving out full ride scholarships for it now.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's just all sorts of. I mean, they're thinking of adding it to the flippin' Olympics, for God's sake.
Right.
And you're going to talk about it's not a real sport.
Hey, they have curling in the Olympics. Right. They have to have esports. Right?
Well, listen to this. This is the exactly.
Hey, you got curling. Come on.
That is the weirdest thing.
I know. Watching it, it's like.
Just wait.
So
they're gonna have poker
in
the
it was like amateur
poker.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Listen, this is the next part of the article. Esports is exploding across all facets and regions it touches. For example, after passing a decision last year, the United States government now recognizes League of Legends players as professional athletes. The recent Evolution Championship Series event drew a record-breaking 1.7 million unique online viewers for the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. This year's Dota 2 tournament, the International 4, reached a record-breaking prize pool of more than $10 million with more than 20 million viewers online in July. The figure excludes viewers on ESPN, MTG Europe, or CCTV China TV. So that right there, 20 million viewers online, just online, watching it, that is nearly 10 times bigger, and I read this in another article, than any other thing ESPN ever airs on their stupid-ass channel.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is they just shot themselves in the foot, because gamers are like total jerks, and like we don't forgive. So like when they realize, oh crap, look at all the ad revenue we're losing, and they beg us to come, we're gonna be like, nope.
Right.
Forget you.
Right. Yep. And then hold on, this is a link with this. What does this take you to? Hold on. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw Leah B. Jackson from IGN. She got picked up by Riot.
Wow, nice.
She's now working on League of Legends at Riot. She was doing the IGN Arena podcast. Yeah, she's awesome. I like Leah. Let's see. What was this? This is the rise of esports. Oh, you know, she's got a great article from back in July of 2013. The rise
Crane
of
says
esports in America.
Golf is not a sport, and I agree. It's anesthesia.
No, he says
it's a
golf
somnolent.
Is That's exactly
it puts
right.
you
golf
asleep.
Is a competition. Yeah, golf is a competition.
If you're not playing, you're falling asleep.
A sport is anything that you can like just get so like caught up in it. You get up and cheer like, yeah, like you go nuts, and there's levels of tension and whatnot. You don't get that in golf. Golf is a competition. You cheer like this.
So here you go. The definition of sport, according to Google, is an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. So there is physical exertion in playing video games because you're using your arms. Now, your strength is not necessarily a core, but you do use, I mean, like me just playing Destiny for an hour, my hands were killing me. You know, if you were playing that in like competition in a sport, but you know, we call a sport game competition too, so it's still a competition. You know, that's still sport. So, I don't know. I think that they still can be athletes.
Yes. This is another example of the ignorance of old white men. Just like, what was his name? Roger Ebert.
Yeah.
That incredible douchebag who made those stupid statements about video games not being art. You know, film is art. Video games are not art. First of all, that guy couldn't tell a good film from a hole in the ground. He was a moron. His movie reviews were pathetic. He said that He Got Game is one of the greatest movies ever made. That was the biggest steaming pile of horse shite that has ever been put on film.
Real, we're going to get another bad iTunes review. Stop it.
Probably, you're right. Dude, if you think He Got Game was a good movie, please, feel free to leave a bad iTunes review because you should just not be allowed to speak. That movie was shite from start to finish.
Well, then don't leave an iTunes review because you're not allowed to speak.
Yeah, right. You are banned from the internet if you think He Got
typing.
Game is good.
You're not allowed.
I banned thee from the internet. Yes. I wanted my 2 hours back when that movie was over. It was awful. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Kaylee, why don't you talk to us about the Battlegrounds and the future of Heroes?
Yes. Okay, so with Battlegrounds, the ladder Battleground rotation should be around 6 to 8 maps. Maps will be switched when new maps come out. So that's interesting that they're going to do like 6 to 8 maps at a time, which right now there's only, 5 maps? 5?
5. Yep,
5.
with Garden
there's
Terror
5.
5.
Yeah. So we're all anxiously awaiting to see what other maps they're going to come out with. But it sounds like they'll have quite a few. So, and then they said the team is currently looking at the Battleground rotation as being something done every ladder season, not every week like the Heroes. So I don't know. I mean, I'm okay with whatever map system they pick because there's only one map in League. So I'm just like,
it's a little
you
more.
finally admit it. 23 episodes. I have finally gotten you to admit that there's only one map in League.
I don't care about that.
You
I
have fought me for 23 episodes on whether or not there was more than one map in League.
No, that's not even true. There's 2 5v5s and 1 3v3. And there is ranked in the 3v3, but I don't play it because I think it's weird.
No one plays it. Twisted Tree Line is terrible.
And I'm not a big fan.
No.
But yeah, I mean, the serious map, there's only one of them. But yeah, I mean, I still think people are gonna gripe about the map rotation. Oh my god, my
What?
Did you not see me just a second ago? I was trying to get them to stop. And
Oh my gosh. I'm capping that sound. I'm going to use that as like my text message or something.
You're such jerks.
That's okay. I've been watching you throw the ball. Every time you threw the thing you're holding, I keep going like this. Have you been watching me?
Hey, at least I muted my
Every time you
microphone.
throw it, I'm like.
Yeah, sorry. I tried to stop it before it happened, but couldn't do it.
Can't do it. Not
Can't
gonna do it.
Not gonna do
Not
it.
Barbara. No more broccoli in the White House.
And then they said Battleground seasons will be every 3 to 4 months. That's kind of short, actually, because the
For now.
the seasons in League are like almost a year long each.
Yeah.
And I think
Well, I think they're
Tim
thinking of it being more
Warcraft
like
too.
WoW.
Or like the D3 seasons.
Although WoW ones are like 6 months, aren't they?
Right, but
they're
that's
just
what I
doing
mean.
quarters.
Because the D3
They're doing
seasons
quarters.
are like are
But
quarters.
but this is basically quarters. I mean,
Yeah. No, WoW. I think
or
WoW's,
thirds.
WoW's arena seasons go almost the entire year, don't they?
Yeah,
I think
they're pretty long. They go until
'Cause
they feel like
basically-
they want to do anything else with it.
Yeah.
I
When
personally
do we wanna
like
feel like
longer
doing it?
seasons because I think, people who come into the game later are going to have a really hard time getting up at any decent rank because everyone's got an edge on them already. Like, that's the problem I have in League right now is I'm bronze 1 and I'm trying to break into silver, and it's like,
It's so difficult.
oh my, it is painful.
Right.
And it's not that I don't know what I'm doing, it's that you get put with people who argue, or you get put with people who like AFK or whatever, and it's just it's so frustrating, and you get punished for it.
Right.
And it's,
what is Hearthstone? Isn't Hearthstone more often now? Like they seem to be doing a more like pretty close. So I think it's more like I think they're looking at the way they're doing Hearthstone and trying to match it to that for now and see how it goes. I mean, obviously, if they feel people complain and really they're not seeing a lot of people moving up through it, then they'll think they'll expand it. But
it's 6 months. I mean, or 3 to 4 months. I mean, is really not a long time to be able to rank up. If you're beating your head against it every single day, you still may not move up very many ranks.
I mean, it depends on how they do it.
Yeah.
Implement it.
But that's the thing is that since it's not so long, you're not hitting that ceiling essentially that's created by just the players who started early.
If you also don't have hour plus matches.
Yes, you got 20, 25
You should be able
matches.
to play more matches in the same amount of time.
You could do 3 times the amount of matches.
That is a fantastic point that I did not think about.
Yeah.
So it should be half or a third of the amount of time because each game is less, right? Isn't that the way? You just got to take it. You got to go. We normally takes a year, but because we can play it at half the time, we're gonna take half the year.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe
that is true.
I think it'll be nice though in terms of rolling it quickly because I think you'll get into a time when like we kind of get into a rut probably, like where these people are stuck and you can't move. Like you're saying, I can't move, I can't do. So when they reset it, everybody can kind of try to get in quick and maybe move up quickly and then get out of that. I can't get past bronze. Get in. If you get it past it quickly, then maybe you'll. So maybe you're happy. Okay, it's new. I got a chance. Well, before I didn't. Who knows?
All right, let's keep moving because we got a lot more to cover, and it's getting late.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the feature of heroes as the tech alpha continues. So I think this is probably the most important point that I saw in the article. They want the game to remain accessible to a large audience while keeping depth to the game. You should still be learning new things after sinking hundreds of hours into it. Yes. Absolutely yes. It took
easy to play, hard to master.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a year to feel comfortable telling people that I play League of Legends. I didn't want anyone to know before that year because it's like I'm freaking terrible at this game.
Right.
I look like an idiot when I play it, and I'm a year and a half in, and I'm freaking bronze 1, and I know that I'm not that bad, but like compared to other people, I mean, it's just there's so many nuances to MOBAs that you just have to beat your head against it to learn them, and it's not in a bad way. It's in a great way because it keeps the game entertaining. I'm not bored with League even though there's one map because I have so much more to go, and that's how HOTS is going to be. I'm excited.
Right.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
I agree.
Yes.
Body block griefing hasn't been a big problem yet. They still want players to be able to block out enemies, and it adds an extra thing for people to think about when playing.
Yeah, I don't think it's been. I
don't think it's a problem. I think it's a good thing to have the body blocking of enemies. Personally, I think you should not collide with other of your own team. I think if they should have no collide with your own team, so you can't body block your own team, because that's
the only time I get frustrated.
Because I think that could be like where they're talking about body block griefing. To me personally, that means like your own team is screwing with you. Mm-hmm. Like your person on your team is basically making it so you get killed because he's like standing there and not letting you by.
On your opponent's team, it's simply mechanics.
Yeah, that's a strategy. You should be able to do it. So personally, I think they should they still want players to be able to block out enemies. I agree, absolutely. Right, but you should not be able to block yourself, and that can cause a lot of problems. It's really annoying because you're trying to get around somebody, and the guy's standing in the way. You're like, come on.
Yeah, I've had a lot of deaths because of that. Because if we're at a wall, we're tearing down a wall, and I'm just taking way too much damage. I got to back out, but I've got 3 guys surrounding me.
Or I mean, a lot of times it's not even the fact it's not even the fact that he's blocking you. It's
rather than a wall.
It's the pathing that you take when he blocks you. So you try to go forward, you back out, you turn, it goes like this. The pathing's just bad. The way it tries to get around the thing, the AI is horrible at figuring out how to move you around.
Yeah, the pathing needs to be addressed.
That's what gets you killed because you're jerking around to try to get around him, and it's not working, and that's where you get blown up. So I think if they get rid of that, then you wouldn't have that problem. But yes, them blocking you, absolutely. We use that all the time.
Very good.
Last point, they wanted people to know Heroes is running on very limited hardware at the moment. Once the team is happy with the stability of the game, it will go into a closed beta and then an open beta. Ooh, they said open beta.
Use the words. The words beta have been spoken.
Oh, and then I inserted a little joke in the notes. I said, everyone go do the Blizzard Ice Bucket Challenge so they can afford more hardware.
Everybody go keep your subscription to WoW going like I am and not playing so they can afford
Yes. And of course, links to the articles will be in the show notes. Again, HotSCast.com, as well as 2 embedded videos from YouTube. One of the GameSpot interview and one of the Blizz Planet interview, which a lot of this information came from both of those. So check out those videos and that article on HotSCast.com. Next up, we've got topic numero dos. The patch and Chen has arrived literally hours ago, about 5 or 6 hours ago. The patch went out. The patch notes specifically are enormous. There is a ludicrous
It's a big patch
of lines.
It's not
it's
just
a very
Chen.
big patch. Not just Chen, a lot of stuff. So there is no way I'm going to copy and paste this into our own show notes. There's no reason to, because they look absolutely beautiful on the Heroes of the Storm official blog. So head over there and check that out. There's a link to in our show notes, of course. And you could see all of these things line by line. Some of the things we've already talked about, the 64-bit client, the streaming downloader, which was added, Chen Stormstout, the legendary Brewmaster. That's the big one. We have to talk about him, of course. And they have a Hero Week blog for him. Again, as always, they always do this. It's a great blog. Check that out as well.
The video is cool. Did you watch the video? His intro video?
No, I haven't watched his intro.
So cool. So cool.
You know my obsession with the YouTube videos.
It's awesome.
Of course I watched it.
Their videos are so good. Their intro videos are amazing.
They are. They're absolutely fantastic. Let's go through his abilities real quick. I'll take the abilities. Fim, you can take the trait, and then Kaylee, you can take the heroic abilities.
Okay.
Talk about a little each. First up, his Q is Flying Kick. WoW players, that sound familiar at all? Kick through target enemy. Kick through the target enemy. Yes, through.
So that'll get you out of that body blocking.
Kick through. Yes.
Kick through them.
Yep. His W is Keg Smash. Drench enemies in a nearby area with brew, slowing them. See, the only problem I have with this is that's a really terrible waste of good brew.
Yes.
Yeah. As a brew aficionado myself,
maybe he drinks it and then spits it out. So he enjoys it for a little while, and then so as not to get completely trashed, he spits it all over the ground. So they fall.
See, it's interesting you say that. It's interesting you say that.
It's like a wine thing where they.
Well, because his E is Breath of Fire. Yes. Breathe fire in target direction, dealing damage and igniting brew-soaked enemies.
Combo.
So you're basically taking your Zippo out and doing one of those dealies.
See, he has plenty of brew because how many millions of people did that quest line in Half Hill of 8 barrels of brew?
Exactly.
He's got so much brew. It's crazy.
Now I'm wondering.
Plus, all the people who've left WoW that were part of the Brew of the Month Club. Do you know where all their Brew of the Months go? Chen.
This is true. I was part of the Brew of the Month Club, and I haven't.
Chen's getting all of your brew, dude. All of your brew, right there, Chen. Yep. Yeah, that's right. That's it's forwarded right to him.
It's forwarded. It's forwarded. Yeah, the post office.
He's the return address is Chen. Just go back to Chen.
I'm curious if this is going to be a conal attack or just a target, just a line, a straight line, like what is it, Holy Radiance from Uther.
It's not Link. Can't click on it.
Yeah,
I would think conal.
I would think conal too. Yeah, I would think conal as well. But that'll be interesting to see. Well, I mean, we could, if the patch would have went through for me, I could log in and see. But the patch didn't go through. I still have to pause it on
after
pause.
This, I might play.
So go on to the trait, Mike.
Yes, the trait, which we talked about. Fortifying Brew. You hit your D, and you drink. Woo! Instead of mana, power your abilities by drinking brew. Gain a shield while drinking. So I don't know if you normally have mana and it uses your abilities with that, or if you have like a brew meter. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's what powers your abilities, and you have to keep drinking. But they said that part of his thing is he has to drink in the middle of combat. So it sounds like... So it's a little different than Gragas, where Gragas you do it to power him up in general so he does more damage, right? That's what Gragas does.
I don't play
Well,
him.
this sounds like he's completely like powered by brew.
Right.
So
Powered by brew.
powered by brew.
Nice.
So we got to put that on the shirt. Powered
Yeah, I was just about to say that makes a shirt.
we need a Chen shirt, powered by brew. That'd be
Powered by
awesome.
brew.
We'll have a new with the Chen silhouette. And it says powered by brew.
Yeah.
Tweet that to Jinx.
There you go.
Yeah, powered by
There you go.
brew. We want right. We put HotSCast on there.
Yeah.
And up you with Kaylee for the heroics.
Hero.
Yes, your heroic abilities. So your R. First one is Wandering Keg. Jump in the barrel and knock enemies around, dealing damage. That one sounds hilarious.
Yes. Hilarity Bonsu. I wonder with the word wandering if it's non-targetable.
Oh.
If it's just random.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, just you hit it and it's like in a party in a
certain
team fight
area.
and just boom 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 boom
It'll-
boom boom.
yeah.
It bounces around.
I wonder if
Like
it's
a pinball.
non-targetable. Almost like Rainer's Hyperion, where it just, it's random where who it
Goes in a-
targets.
well, it doesn't random. It kind of shoots in a direction, but yeah.
Well, no, the direction.
Which
but
one it hits,
What
yes,
if
correct,
there's
correct.
5, it doesn't hit all 5, or
only hits
not
a
everybody
certain
gets
number of
every
people,
bolt.
yeah.
Exactly. Right. I wonder if it'll be like that.
I don't know.
And the other one is Storm, Earth, and Fire. So I'm thinking of the band, of course. And then
I hear that might
See,
be
I
a
was
real
thinking of
lifesaver.
yeah.
I was thinking of the achievement in oh shoot, what was it called? Winter Grasp.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that's based
Oh my
on
gosh.
Earth, Wind, and Fire also. So.
So with Storm, Earth, and Fire, you split into 3 spirits and gain new abilities. So that's really vague.
Well, each of the spirits will be a storm spirit, an earth spirit, and a fire spirit, I would imagine.
Yep.
They do
But which
different
one do you
ability
take
gains.
over? Like, which one
I
are
don't
you?
know. Maybe
Maybe that's random.
Actually, I would think Q, W, and E probably turn into things that one spirit each does one attack. So you're still targeting the same
Storm
person,
does
like
this,
so you.
Earth
So
does
yeah,
this,
this one
Fire
does.
does
So
this.
you hit Q, and the Storm spirit does this, and you hit W, and the Earth spirit does this, and
That's
probably
interesting.
have to try it.
That's interesting.
And we can right now because
Yeah, we can.
So.
Yeah.
But these may not be
Except that
final,
app comes
supposedly
faster.
they said.
Right.
Yes.
Then they go into a number of user interface options.
Good ones.
Reconnect screen
Cool
now
stuff.
indicates progress towards rejoining. That's very cool.
Yay! Finally.
Date-based XP promotion testing is now complete.
Yeah, and no more weekend
menu navigation.
XP bonus. That's what that is. No more weekend XP bonus.
No more weekend XP bonus, right? Home screen has been changed. The play screen had a bunch of
They
changes.
moved a lot of stuff around supposedly. So
Things are around, right? Shop's
looks like a
navigation
lot of
bar
cool
has
stuff.
been moved to the left side of the screen. I guess it was at the bottom. So instead of sliding side to side, it's going to slide up and down, I suppose, is the change.
I guess so. I don't know. I'll have
The
to try
party
it out.
panel has been reworked. The party panel is now displayed along the top edge of the screen and remains visible while navigating through most game menus. That's good because it did disappear for a while.
Yeah, that was the top
in-game
right
UI.
thing.
What's that?
That was the one on the top right.
In the top, yeah, the top right. Yep. In-game UI, the hero stats. An in-game hero stats panel has been implemented. This is on your C, which displays total health, mana.
Follow
and the
character is now L, by the way, instead of C.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the follow. That was the camera follow. So it's L.
It was the
Okay.
follow. Yes, but now it's L.
Mini-map icons have changed. Tab screen has changed. Daily quest. This is a big one. Fim, you brought this up earlier, so why don't you?
Yeah, they're playing with daily quests a little bit. I guess they felt that they were too easy to complete, probably compared, I think they're still comparing a lot of stuff to Hearthstone in the way the daily quests work in Hearthstone, where it takes quite a while sometimes to win your 3
Dailies
games
in
with a
Hearthstone
particular
are freaking
thing.
painful, to be honest.
Yeah, they're really painful. So, but what they're doing,
Because I
like, win
suck.
one game, that was like, well, sometimes that could feel really hard, actually, but generally that was easy.
Yeah, you
You
can
win
go
one
on a
game out of a
5-game
certain number.
5-game
Oh,
losers.
I'm way more than that. So
That's true.
win one game now is win 3 games. So they're giving that a try to really ramp it up, but you get 3 times as much gold for it. So it's not 200, it's 600. So you won't get the smaller gold, but you get, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make the daily quest really give you something decent.
Yeah.
Like, so the 600 gold, that feels like something given how expensive heroes are in gold. So you actually feel like you can get somewhere on a daily basis by coming in and doing the dailies. There's a reason. To get 200, maybe not. So win 3 games, you get 600 gold. they're moving play 2 games now to play 8 games. So you don't have to win, just play. So, and obviously you don't have to finish this all in one day. You get the daily quest, you do 4 today, you do 4 tomorrow, you get the gold. And again, they've made that from 200 now to 800 because it's 4 times as many. I do the maths, yes. And then play 2 games with a particular, Assassin Warrior Support Specialist in any mode. And I don't know if that's also Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo or not. It doesn't say it here, but that might be. They're changing that from to play 3 games. And they're moving it from 200 gold to 300 gold. So that'll probably be the easiest one to get. And so if you get those, that'll be the 300. So the big ones are going to be the win 3 games and the play 8 games will get you the most gold. If you pick those up. If you get
the
those
play 2 games, that was the play 2 games with a Warcraft, play 2 games with a StarCraft.
They also had play 2 games with Assassin, Warrior, Support, or Specialist also.
Right.
That's what they were saying. So they also have a play 2 games with the particular ones, which I don't see that
which
in there.
Which only goes to 3, but the play 2 games is now play 8 games. I think that play 8 games is going to be the brand.
I don't think that'll be based on the Diablo and stuff. Because there was a play 2 games without any restrictions.
Was there?
Yeah. I've gotten all of them.
Oh, yeah, you're
play
right.
Play 2 games with no restrictions. There's play 2 games with a particular restriction.
Right.
And then there was win 1 game. That was the ones
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
So...
And
I think this will be good. I mean, they're playing with it. They're trying it. Stuff.
What did you... your reaction to this when we were talking about this in pre, Kaylee, was what?
Oh, I think that they're hinting that an account wipe is coming soon. I get that sense from these changes.
I agree. Yeah, I think there's one.
I think in some respects, I think it might make sense for them to go ahead and do that because they'll actually be able to test all of the leveling again and see how that feels now. Like they're doing it a little bit when they can bring new people in, but there's other people who are already in and have the levels, and so it's kind of mixed. And so I think that if they wipe everybody and give you from scratch, like even no gold, maybe that's going to be very interesting. Like you come in fresh. Right.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Let's see what else sticks out.
Oh, the earning gold thing too was a big one before that. If you win in versus, now you get 30 gold instead of 40, so that went down a little bit. And losing in versus now gives you 20 instead of 10. So it's kind of normalizing it a little more. So if you go in this losing streak, you still feel like you're getting something as opposed to almost nothing, because 10 gold is nothing. Right. You're getting twice nothing.
Now able to modify hotkeys. That's a big one. People love modifying hotkeys. Lifesaver. Let's see what else. Several player level rewards have been changed. This is big. Player levels 8 and 10 no longer award a free-to-play hero rotation slot. We were talking about that at the very top of the show. Instead, each now grants 2,000 gold.
We talked about that. Didn't we talk about that in the show?
Yeah, I said we talked about
Didn't we say we should have had it be late? No, not at the top of the show. Last show.
Did we?
We were talking about how... we were talking about how certain,
yes, we did.
Certain heroes shouldn't be free to play.
Panther and Murky should be...
Yeah. So
you have to be level
I think that they should make those last 2 always the difficult ones and have them be at this level 12 and 15, which we didn't talk about yet.
Anyone who's marked as a hard or very hard should be at that. Yes. Which Lily is currently the now level 12, and Lily is anything but hard.
Yes.
Lily is...
to do it
and she wasn't meant to be. She's the not quick cast, what do they call it? Smart cast? She's the smart cast dealer. Smart cast, isn't that what they call it?
Yeah, smart
heal.
Yeah. Smart heal. Yeah, smart heal. Yes. Gold rewards at player levels 20, 25, 30, and 35 have been removed. So you're no longer getting gold at those levels.
I wonder why. People were really complaining about that? Why? Who cares? I liked it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe because the people didn't get it because they were already 40 when they came out.
Yeah, but if they're already 40,
I liked having a goal. It's nice having a goal. Nice having some... What do I get when I get this?
It is nice having those goals through there. Yeah, I don't know.
Because I have no reason to get to 40 otherwise.
It's just the ulti skin. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
It might have something to do with too much gold in the game.
Yeah.
Maybe,
provide us with gold sinks then instead of just taking it away. If WoW is
that's the master skin. That's what the master skins are supposed to be. That's a huge gold sink. I'm not going to have 10,000 gold even when I do finally get somebody up to level 10. I still have four 10,000 gold the guys to buy. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
See, the tutorial has changed. Infrastructure, holding down a hotkey for a hero ability with an instant cast time will now automatically recast that ability once its cooldown expires. That's pretty cool. Pinging an allied AI-controlled hero will now cause that hero to follow the player that issued the ping.
That's cool.
There's a bunch of stuff in the shop. Warmaster Chen is a
Bundle.
skin already available. There's bundle packs. The Warmaster Chen bundle has been available in the shop for a limited time. Big Top Gazlo and Frostwyrm Arthas bundles have been removed from the shop.
Good. Big Top Gazlo scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, it was scary. Master skins have been added for the following 6 heroes: Brightwing, Nova, Raynor, Tychus, Tyrael, and Zeratul. I know Nevik is going to be very happy about that because he leveled Zeratul all the way up to being able to have this Master skin, but there was no Master skin.
There are other bundles other than the Chen one that they are adding back in or putting in. They have an Assassin's bundle, a Support bundle, Warrior bundle, a Beatdown bundle, Heavy Hitters bundle, and a Heroes of the Light bundle.
Nice.
You can check those out. There's a link in the show notes, not the show notes, in the patch notes to it.
Right.
We'll go to
they've
the
done
store.
some price changes. Zagar is now 7,000 gold or 850. Candy King Murden is now $10. There's been art changes. In general battlegrounds, heroes, mounts, and skins have been changed. Facial animations have been changed. There's a ton of stuff here, but we can't cover everything. That's why I'm just kind of skimming through. Some of the sound voiceover processing has been added for skins, specific skins. Angelic Vala, Commander Raynor, Demonic Tyrael, Grunty Murky, Medic Uther. That's cool because I have that one. Roller Derby Nova, Spectre Illidan, Spectre Nova. Have all gotten specific voiceover changes for the skins. That's really cool. Design and gameplay improvements have been made to hero hitboxes. This is cool. And it should now be easier to left or right click a hero. Successive ability casts will now queue automatically rather than overriding prior button presses. That's very nice. For those of us who are very quick keyed, sometimes we're actually harming ourselves by being quick on the keys. Battlegrounds have had changes. What's that?
When you play Malfurion, you try to drop your little thing down, and then you're also trying to hit somebody else. You do that. He's running over to do it, and then you hit something else, and it stops it.
So. I play that a lot too. For the core in Battlegrounds, health regeneration has been removed from the core, which is interesting because that's helped us a lot of times, but that's also hurt us a lot of times. So,
it slows down the game so much.
Yeah, but shield regeneration is unchanged, so the shield will still regenerate, which is fine. But yeah, the core health regeneration will not.
Did you know the Siege Giants regained health when they were on a battle? I didn't know that.
I had no idea. When is the Siege Giant not in combat?
I don't know. When is the Siege Giant out of
for
combat?
More than 8 seconds.
Well, when they're shooting when they're throwing stuff, they might be out. I don't know.
No, they have to be.
I don't
That's
think
combat.
they ever are.
But
I don't know if
how many maps does it take them 8 seconds to go from one point to the next?
Yeah,
I guess only if everything's cleared out and there's no minions. But when would you ever not have?
Maybe. Well, if you keep clearing the minions, maybe.
Well, actually, yeah. I guess the Siege Giants don't go after the peons, do they?
Yeah, they do.
I don't think they do.
The
Knights do.
Yeah, they throw rocks at them. No, they throw rocks at them. Yeah, they do. It's annoying.
Oh, okay.
They stop throwing rocks at the thing and they throw rocks at peons. Have you seen the changes to Garden of Terror? Have you read this yet? Because there are big ones. This is big.
Okay.
There's some big changes.
I don't really like that map right now.
One of the things about Garden of Terror is you collect the 100 seeds, and then you have to go and become the
plant
Garden Terror. Like you become the Garden Terror.
The Garden Terror.
Yeah.
Right.
So now, upon collecting 100 seeds, the soil located near your core will automatically grow into a Garden Terror after 15 seconds. So no longer are you doing it right away. So he spawns. And I don't know if he actually goes.
If he moves,
he doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't go anywhere. He just stays there. So what happens is he spawns. You have to go and click on him within a minute. If you don't click on him within a minute, he turns back into fertile soil state, and the team loses the ability to unleash it.
100 seeds.
And the 100 seeds will be used no matter what.
Right.
So what happens is within 15 seconds, you got to pick it up and do it, because it makes you do the mechanics.
Right, because what was happening
People
was
were waiting.
people were double stacking. They were waiting until they had
Or waiting
200
forever.
seeds, and then they would do 2 right in a row. They would have 2
Or just
pairs.
never doing it. We actually, when I'm playing with Adam's team, they just ignore it completely. When I've been playing
Ben
with people with
Adam
high
David, they
MMR,
don't.
never do it at all. When we get that, they ignore it completely. We just don't bother. We get to 100 and then we leave it. We leave it as night.
Yeah.
And we just do the rest of the map.
Right.
So big changes to that. They also changing the experience reward for the infested servants, so there's a reason to go kill them. A lot more XP. And then the Garden Terror give you the neutral one, not the one you kill with the other person. It's making the things that you do as the Garden Terror much more useful. The radius of the Spore Queen's curse is increased from 2.5 to 3, and it's now persistent effect, which continues to pulse once per second over 3 seconds.
And it was too short. Yeah.
You can't. It's something that sits there. So like if they run over it, it'll pulse once per second.
Yeah, it's a good change.
Yeah. So if you run over it, like right now with Malfurion's thing, if you run into it while it's there, you also get caught.
Right.
So it used to be originally, if you didn't get caught in the initial burst, you wouldn't get caught in Malfurion's growth thing. But now you do. So this same idea. Garden Terror Overgrowth health is increased from 960 to 1250, so it'll be a lot harder, plus a certain amount per minute, a lot harder to kill it quickly, which a lot of people were doing, so it made it kind of useless. So like it pops up, the little rose things pop up, you kill it quickly, and it's useless. And then they have a new ability called Sprint, which is the E, and that increases your movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds. That's so you can rush to the thing. Since you're starting on the other side of the map.
It's a very large map, and it's
you lose a lot of time running over
there.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
They also made a lot of significant upgrades, changes to Haunted Mines.
Yeah, a lot there. There's too much to talk about, honestly.
Too much
Check
to
out
talk
the
about?
notes for that. One of the ones I wanted to point out, they changed a bunch of talents. Cleanse, Healing Ward, Promote have all been changed pretty significantly. The big one that I like, because this is one that I play with on Tyrande a lot, is Seasoned Marksman. Losing the ability to speak. I gotta get to bed. No longer requires last hits to gain stacks. That's pretty cool, because that was literally the only last hit mechanic in the game.
That was annoying.
Yeah, that was annoying. So they removed that. Now only requires the player be in proximity when enemy minions or heroes are killed. So you don't even have to tap the heroes, which is nice too. 1 stack is earned per minion kill. I believe they meant peon there, but they put minion. That's okay.
Yeah, they did.
They meant to say peon, but that's okay. And then they say pinion. Jesus, I need to get to bed. And 2 stacks per hero enemy hero kill. I really do. 6 stacks and packs. 6 stacks permanently add +1 to basic attack damage,
which is what Marksman did. Yeah,
that's good. That's really good. Storm Shield also was changed. Heroes, I guess, did they change some of the
ton of changes?
So they're just listing them.
No, they're there below it. That's just a quick link to all the stuff below it. We're not going.
Oh, that's the quick link. Yeah,
every hero got changes to all sorts of things.
Yeah,
and then a bunch of bug fixes. I wouldn't even worry about the bug fixes.
Kerrigan, Nova, Tychus, Gazlo, Murky, Sergeant Hammer, Zagar, Brightwing, Malfurion, Rhaegar, Tyrande, Uther, Sonya, Stitches, Tyrael. All of those got changes. That's pretty much the whole list of heroes we have at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Abathur got a fix, bunch of fixes that they were having some weird issues with Abathur. They fixed
Murky got a ton of changes.
Yes, Murky got buffed.
Yeah.
It's all buffs. Murkies are all buffs. To make him a little better. Because he was getting to be useless.
Yeah. Sergeant Hammer, ton of changes.
See, I don't know.
Tyrael,
to me,
amount.
Sergeant Hammer's changes look like buffs, and I don't think Sergeant Hammer needs buffs. Sergeant Hammer is a pain. If you're with a team that knows how to play with you.
If they know how to play it.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah. And then Zagar got a lot.
Hammer first.
A lot of changes as well.
Too, yeah.
So check out the
balance
notes for
changes.
That. A lot of balance changes, a lot of bug fixes, bugs I never even knew existed, things I never came across, things that I have, but things that I haven't.
Hey, remember the whole thing about total kills and my team level are reversed in the tab screen?
Yeah, did they fix that?
They fixed it. It's the last thing in the
That's
user
been driving
interface.
Values for total kills and my team level on the in-game tab screen are no longer reversed for the right side team. All right, that's perfect, because that was driving me crazy. Yeah, that really bugged me. So good, that's
I know.
changed. So definitely check out the link in our show notes that will bring you to this patch notes page. My voice is shot, so that is a wrap, folks. Before I hit the wrap up, you guys have any closing thoughts you want to throw in there real quick?
Play more heroes.
Yeah.
The only closing thought I would give is don't forget tomorrow's 9/11 and honor those that were lost.
Yes. Very
Yes,
good.
it is.
Thank you for that. I actually forgot. So I appreciate that. Okay, let's head on to the wrap up. You can follow the show on Twitter at HotSCast. I am at Rillandoon. Kaylee is at NerdyChar, and Fimless is, of course, at Fimless. Head to the show's homepage at hotscast.com for links to our Facebook, Google+, YouTube pages, show notes, videos, and more. You can email the show at hotscast@gmail.com. For all the services you could think of that relate to a podcast, we can be found as HotScast. Find our parent show, hosted by our very own Fimless and his faithful cohort Hydra at twistednether.net. You can hear myself and Nevik from the Shattered Soulstone talk about all manner of geeky things on Heroically Random, found at heroicallyrandom.com. Soon, you'll be able to hear Kaylee and close friend of the show at Geek of Random, or Adam from the Nexus, as he's sometimes called, on the forthcoming internet dating show, Charred Hearts.
Oh, and it's coming.
And it's coming. And I have to say this slowly because Mike is literally typing this in the show notes as I'm reading it. At BlizzCon, make sure to come to our party on Friday night, the Twisted Nether Party. Also, go to the World of Podcasts party, or you could call it an event, on Thursday night at the Hilton. And also there will be a yes, Mike is going to be on a panel. I'm going to be on a panel. Kayla, are you on a panel?
I was not asked to be on a panel.
I actually begged to be on a panel, but that's okay.
I'm on the panel because of TNB, not because of this. So
Yeah.
we just said we'd help out. So
You can
I'll
stay,
be in the crowd rooting you guys on.
You
And
could
be
be in the
like,
crowd and throw
yeah!
popcorn. Yeah, still popcorn.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So make sure you come because that's
going
going to be awesome. There's a Kickstarter right now for it. They made a ton of money for it.
Yes.
Why TNB can't make any money for their party, I don't know, but whatever. But anyway,
well, the Kickstarter's a good idea. That's actually something maybe we can think about next year.
Well, we don't. Yeah. But
I mean,
we
first
can
of all,
still
the
do it.
rooms at the Hilton are insanely expensive,
Oh, yeah.
ludicrously expensive.
Totes.
We looked into that for the TNB party, and my jaw hit the floor when she told me how much it would be. So.
Yeah.
And that room included absolutely nothing. They were giving us nothing included with it. And, there were a lot of numbers in the figure that they gave.
Yes.
Many numbers.
But anyway, yeah, so come to the parties if you're coming to BlizzCon, and
Absolutely. Got to do
it'll
the
be
parties.
awesome. And you can see us and you can hang out with us.
Yeah.
Come
up.
bug us. That's
Shake
what
our
we're there
hands.
for.
Give us a hug.
Yeah.
Come,
Hang out with us.
Come see me get married to my fiance of like forever and a day.
You're getting married at
Yes.
BlizzCon?
Yeah, I
What?
didn't tell you guys that.
What?
Yeah, we figured it was fitting because we met on WoW, so we're getting married at BlizzCon.
Where? When?
There you
How?
go.
We don't know yet. We haven't figured that out. Probably gonna do some little like chapel or something.
That's
I don't know.
freaking awesome.
Go to the chapel.
Well, you know what you should do?
Gonna get
Find
married.
out.
Do it at the TNB
This is
party.
total offshoot,
Woo.
total off the rails moment. Like, I know in Pennsylvania, they actually have what's called a self-marrying license.
A
that you-
self-marrying license.
You apply for it, and all you basically need to do is have somebody witness that it's your signatures on the thing, and you're married. So I actually performed the ceremony for one of my best friends, he and his wife, because
Cool.
you don't have to be an ordained minister or anything along those lines. They had the self-marrying license. I did the ceremony, and then I witnessed their signature basically on the certificate, and they were legally married in the state of Pennsylvania.
Well, our thought
Most
was that it would
places
be
you only
really
need
cool.
someone has the little stampy thing,
Notary.
whatever they're called.
Oh, yeah.
Notary. That's
Notary.
it. That's really all you need.
Well, we thought it would be really cool to have all of our guests be cosplayers.
There you go. Wait, so does that mean we have to be in cosplay to attend?
No.
Cosplaying as Bald Finless.
Yes, I'm cosplaying as under-muscled, overweight, taller Jason
Jason
Statham.
Statham.
Nerdy Statham. Nerdy Jason Statham. Yeah, gamer Statham.
You should change your thing to Nerdy Statham.
Nerdy Statham.
You're no longer
Nerdy
Rillandoon,
Princess,
you're now
Nerdy Statham.
Nerdy Statham.
I need a nerdy name. Where's my nerdy name? Dang it.
Can that fit overweight nerdy Nate Statham?
I don't know. I don't think it's
I'm
gonna-
logging into Twitter
I
right
don't know,
now to
maybe.
see if that'll fit.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Okay, we need to finish.
What do you mean
the-
my
We
password
managed-
is wrong?
We managed to derail our
Oh.
show closing. Like that's how bad it is.
Yeah, that's derailed a lot. Yeah, let's finish that
We
up.
always do.
You
You can find the
can
show.
You can find this show, Twisted Nerdy Blogcast, Heroically Random, and soon Chart Hearts on iTunes, Stitcher, and any other podcaster app of your choosing. Help out the show, leave us a review on Stitcher and iTunes, and we'll read out your name on the show. That is absolutely one of the best ways to help the show grow, and we truly appreciate it. Until next time, folks, never stop asking yourself the question, who is your hero? Cheers.
Bye.